It seems a lot of sim racers who move to triple screens never go back. It's quite rare you hear someone say, I had triples, but I went back to a single screen. Unless for content creation reasons, which makes sense, but that's a minority amongst sim racers. I gotta say, I made the jump, and once I did, I could never really imagine going back, as it connects me to the sim in a way I never thought was really possible. And yeah, I tried it for VR and stuff like that, but for me personally, I find it as a fun experience, but for comfort and ease, I just love my triple screens. So if anyone's curious what triples I have, I'll leave them linked below. Before I start, I know a triple screen setup is expensive and it takes up a lot of space and definitely isn't for everyone. There's ultra wide monitors, 34-inch screens, VR, lots of options. But for me personally, triples always seem the most attractive, the way they wrap back around you, even more than some of the large ultra wides do. I always keep coming back to the good old triples. I tried other things, but trust me when I say you can have just as much fun on a single screen. And if you are on a single screen, I have a cool tip for you in this video that will show you how to have similar spatial awareness as if you were on triples. So you're not really missing out and you can enjoy slamming the door tight on your opponents while racing for position. And before we jump in, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit subscribe. Otherwise, I'll send the FOV police to your house and they'll kick your door down and set an uber realistic FOV that no one actually likes the feel of and lock it that way. You could just sub, just saying. Anywho, let's go. Spatial awareness isn't just about knowing a car is beside you. It's about being able to read its speed, its direction, whether you're actually clearing it. That extra layer of awareness that triple screens give you really improves the experience of sim racing when racing wheel to wheel. Like, as one quick example, in iRacing, when you pull fully alongside someone, particularly on a really long straight like Mulsanne or the Dottinger, you compress the air between both cars, which disrupts and partially stalls the aero on the side facing you. So as soon as you edge ahead, their turbulent air coming off their nose hits the back of your car and starts pulling you back. So it's not side drafting, but it's more like a mutual aerodynamic mess up interference. And it's very easy to mistake for side drafting if you don't know what's happening. But without getting too sidetracked, being able to see this little dance play out in your peripheral vision and time your attack to manipulate the outcome in favor of you is just a really cool thing to do. In terms of practicality, with a wide virtual mirror and a wide FOV on the front, apart from some small blind spots, which I have an amazing tip for that later on, you can essentially have what feels like a full 360-degree of vision what's going around you. And this gets mad brownie points for performance, immersion, awareness, and this is an all-rounder advantage of just knowing what's going on around you. Number 2 would have to be the sense of speed. I'm not going to spend too long talking about this, but the sense of speed you get from triples is unreal, as naturally when you decrease the FOV to be a realistic FOV for you sitting in your sim rig, you do lose a sense of speed on a single monitor. But when you have triples, you can vastly increase your field of view, so the track on the left and right will be flying by fast, similar to when you're on a highway. Looking out the front window, things appear to be coming slowly, but when you look at the side windows, things are moving much faster. Now, this has no real performance benefit, but it is immersive, and this gets brownie points for immersion and just straight up cool factor. Probably one of the things you'll notice immediately if you ever get triples or try them for the first time, the sensation of things whooshing by. Number 3 is you don't need to imagine where the apex is gonna be. This one is the first thing you'll probably have noticed if you ever tried triples, particularly ones that have had FOV adjusted somewhat well on them, is that you can see the corner even if it's not on the main screen, meaning you can set the car's trajectory for that corner much better if you had to guess where that corner is gonna be. This means that you don't have to make any mid-entry major corrections that because you couldn't see the late apex of a tight hairpin. Think Hockenheim, you fully go for a late apex, that corner is completely out of vision. So Hockenheim, we're looking at you on this, buddy. Again, this is brownie points for performance, immersion, and just flow factor. I love that key metric of Jackzer, huh? Flow factor. Next up, number 4, being able to see crashes way sooner than if you were on a single screen. By the way, I'm going to do a 3.5. They just look damn cool. If you have the space, they look sexy. But that's what I'm going to say. If you manage to do some nice cable management and stuff like that, but that's 3.5. Back to 4, being able to see crashes way sooner than if you were on a single screen. Whether it's coming into turn 1 at Monza in the rain and the car's going up your inside got caught on a painted line, it's kinked. On a single screen, you'd still have them alongside you. Your spotter would still say car on your right, but the reality is they're not making that corner and you need to back off to let them literally glide by, which is very enjoyable to watch. Another scenario which is very common is on long sweeping corners, being able to see cars who may have had a pile up in the distance on one of your side screens, giving you plenty of time to react to what they might do and where you need to be to survive any potential blockages. And to finish this one before we move on to a little spatial awareness hack in number 5, this isn't so much avoiding crashes, but being able to see out your window as you rejoin is a feeling that never gets old. I personally never realized I'm doing it as it feels normal, but I'd notice people in my live stream chat saying, did bro just look out the window to rejoin? It's probably the same speed as checking my relative, if not the relative is obviously more definitive, but it's just a lot more natural and immersive to just quickly, look over my right shoulder, see what's coming. If I'm clear, pop back out on the track, and I have a lot more confidence when I rejoin because I can physically see what's coming. In terms of brownie points, this scores on keeping your ass alive points, immersion, and performance. And lastly, number 5, this isn't so much an advantage, but it's the cherry I put on top of triples to give me what feels like a razor sharp advantage. And the best part, this works just as well, arguably, if not better, on a single screen than with triples. So no spotter is as good as having triples. Personally, that's what I think. I might be biased here, and I'd love to hear your opinion on this, but a verbal spotter is no comparison to being able to see in real time what's going on, i.e. in your mirror, out your window, etc. Verbal spotters take too long to speak. That's my opinion now. You guys might like them, they are fun to use, but then you need to process what you hear, and I tell you what, the speed of sound is fast, but we need a spotter as fast as the speed of light. So as I mentioned earlier, you almost have a 360 degrees view of vision. There is a small blind spot there, so what I do to ensure I have maximum confidence on the track, even with triples and a wide virtual mirror, and I was using this since I was on single screens as well, is I employ the use of a blind spot indicator. There are many places you can get these from overlay providers. I use Race Labs for this, and I noticed within a week of using this, I had no need for my old audio spotter. I just stopped turning Crew Chief on. So they work by being like little colored dots, like LEDs on the outer edges of your main monitor. And when they're on, there's a car there. When they're not, you're clear. And very simple. They work super well. They completely crush audio spotters in 3-wide situations, and frankly, it feels completely OP. Like when you're in a 3-wide situation, you can see these little dots come on and come off, and your eyes don't need to leave the apex, and you know exactly if you're clear on the left, if you're clear on the right, or if both cars on both sides are really taking you into 3-wide, and you need to back the heck out of there. When you build trust with these little dots, you can confidently know when you can cut back, seal the deal, and get the move done. And back when I was on a single, a 43-inch TV, I had these set up and was able to race unbelievably close to people and know exactly when I could slam the door in their faces without risking contact. My best advice? Turn them on, learn to trust them, and in my experience, they've never let me down. If they're off, it's your corner. If they're on, there's someone there. So yeah, those are my 5 advantages of having triple screens. Personally, now that I have them, I'd never go back. Tips for buying them obviously are scattered all over the internet. I do have a video which will pop up on the screen here talking about things to consider before buying triple screens. But yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one.